Good morning, children. Welcome to English class. Let us move on to our sixth unit, that is our last unit Moments of Humour. Children, study the cartoon given here. Teacher asked Arun, "Why are you late, Arun?" Arun replied, "Because of the sign down the road." Then teacher doubtfully asked, "What does this sign have to do with your being late?" He replied, "The sign said, 'School ahead, go slow.'" Do you like the cartoon? Yes, we all like this cartoon. Why? It contains humorous elements. Am I right, children? There are so many cartoonists, poets, and writers who are famous for their humorous works. Kerala is home to many a great humorous poet. Let us read about one of them, Kunjan Nambiar. Children, have you heard about him? Kunjan Nambiar, the great poet and storyteller, made literary wit and humor understandable to the common man. Literary wit. What is wit? Wit means the ability to think quickly and make good decisions. So, he made literary wit and humor understandable to the common man. He conveyed everything in an easy manner and was understandable to the common man, common people. His art form, Ottantullal, reflects his sense of good social responsibility. Children, have you seen the art form Ottantullal? Ottantullal is an art form of Kerala. It was created by Kunjan Nambiar and he used it as a medium to protest against socio-political structure and prejudice of society in his time. Let us visualize a part of Ottantullal. Enjoy it, children.
ഒരു കഥ ഉറ ചെയ്യാം എന്നുടെ ഗുരുവരനരുളിയ പോലെ. എന്നാൽ ഇനി ഒരു കഥ ഉറ ചെയ്യാം എന്നുടെ ഗുരുവരനരുളിയ പോലെ. ഓട്ടം തുള്ളലിൽ പലതും പറയും, അതുകൊണ്ടാരും ഖേദിക്കരുത്. ഓട്ടം തുള്ളൽ പലതും പറയും, അതുകൊണ്ടാരും ഖേദിക്കരുത്. നാരായണ ജയ 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 നാരായണ ജയ. ഭാരതമെന്നൊരു പാരിൻ നടുവിൽ കേരളമെന്നൊരു നാടുണ്ടവിടെ. ഭാരതമെന്നൊരു പാരിൻ നടുവിൽ കേരളമെന്നൊരു നാടുണ്ടവിടെ. കമ്മ്യൂണിസ്റ്റും കോൺഗ്രസ് പാർട്ടിയും മാറി ഭരിക്കണ കേരള നാട്. കമ്മ്യൂണിസ്റ്റും കോൺഗ്രസ് പാർട്ടിയും മാറി ഭരിക്കണ കേരള നാട്. കമ്മ്യൂണിസ്റ്റും കോൺഗ്രസ് പാർട്ടിയും ചിലപ്പോൾ കാര്യം കാണാൻ ചേർന്നു ഭരിക്കും. കമ്മ്യൂണിസ്റ്റും കോൺഗ്രസ് പാർട്ടിയും കാര്യം കാണാൻ ചേർന്നു ഭരിക്കും. പല പല ഞാഞ്ഞൂൾ പാർട്ടികൾ അവരെ താങ്ങി നിർത്തും, പിൻവലിച്ചിടും. പല പല ഞാഞ്ഞൂൾ പാർട്ടികൾ അവരെ താങ്ങി നിർത്തും, പിൻവലിച്ചിടും. നാരായണ ജയ നാരായണ ജയ നാരായണ ജയ നാരായണ ജയ നാരായണ ജയ നാരായണ ജയ. I hope you all have enjoyed this. Now let's read an anecdote from his life. Anecdote means entertaining true story. Kunjan Nambiar was very poor. He used to eat at an Utupura maintained by the king. Those in charge of the Utupura used to serve stale food. Stale means lacking freshness. So those who in charge of the Utupura used to give stale food for him. One day, the king and the Nambiar were walking along the main road. That time, they came across a cow passing loose dung. Nambiar went near the cow and inquired, "Are you also served food from the king's Utupura?" Why did he ask like this? As he got food from the Utupura was stale one, lacking freshness. And also, he might be facing the same situation of that cow, isn't it, children? When the king heard this remark, he made enquiries and
found the truth and gave orders to dismiss that corrupt officials. And after that, never more was stale food served at King's Ottabura. So here, children, we have seen how Kunjan Nambiar used his innate sense of humor to solve a crisis. Here, actually, he solved a crisis. What was that? Serving stale food. So here, Kunjan Nambiar used his inborn sense of humor to solve that problem, to solve that issue. Then, children, do you want to know more about the quality of humor? Now, let's go through something about humor. What is humor? Humor can be simply defined as a quality in something that makes it fun. Humor can be simply defined. It is a quality in something that makes it funny. Humor leads to laughter. When laughter is shared, it brings people together and increases happiness and intimacy among them. It is interesting to note that people of all ages and cultures can respond to humor instantly. Most people are able to laugh or smile at something funny and are therefore considered to have a sense of humor. Humor and laughter, it is said, strengthen one's immune system, enhance one's energy, and protect one from the damaging effects of stress. In fact, humor is a priceless medicine. This medicine is free, quite easy to use, and available everywhere. And children, it must be remembered that when we crack a joke, it should not hurt the feelings of anyone. Humor is present in the daily activities of our life. Even in very serious situations, there can be instances of humor. Here is an example. Let us read on. My Financial Career by Stephen Leacock. Stephen Butler Leacock was born in 1869, is an English-born Canadian teacher, writer, and humorist. He is known for his light humor and criticism of people's follies. His notable works are Sunshine Sketches of a Little Town, Acadian Adventures with the Idle Rich, etc. The Stephen Leacock Memorial Medal for Humor was instituted in his honor, and he passed away in 1944. Let's start the chapter, My Financial Career. Listen carefully. When I go into a bank, who is I here? Children, is it Shraddha teacher? No. Stephen Leacock, okay. He is narrating his own story here. So when I go into a bank, I get nervous. The clerks made me nervous. The little windows at the counters make me nervous. The sight of the money makes me nervous. Everything makes me nervous. Nevertheless, I had to go to the bank. So, what all things make him nervous when he goes to the bank? The clerks, the little window, the counters, the sight of money, everything makes him nervous. But he had to go to bank. There was a fair increase in my salary. I wanted to deposit the money with the bank. I felt that the bank was the only place for it. So why did he go to the bank? Because there was a fair increase in his salary. So he wanted to deposit that money in a safe place. And he felt that the bank was the only place for depositing money. I walked in with the dragging feet and looked shyly round at the clerks. I had an idea that a person about to open an account must consult the manager. He had an idea. What was that? A person about to open an account must consult the bank manager. I went up to a counter marked accountant. The accountant was a tall, cool fellow. The very sight of him made me nervous. My voice was deep and hollow. So when he approached the accountant, and he was a tall and cool fellow, and when he approached him, it made him nervous. He asked him, "Can I see the manager?" and added solemnly, very respectfully, he added, "Alone. I want to see the manager alone." I don't know why I said alone. He simply added alone. "Certainly," said the accountant. Accountant said, "Yes, you can see the manager." The manager was a grave, calm man. Children, grave implies both seriousness and dignity in attitude. When Leacock reached there, he asked, "Are you the manager?" He replied, "Yes." "Can I see you alone?" Again he asked. I didn't want to say alone again, but I couldn't help it. The word alone came because of his nervousness. The manager looked at me in some alarm. He felt that I had a terrible secret to reveal. When the manager found him in nervousness, he thought Stephen Leacock had a terrible secret to reveal. "Come in here," he said, and led the way to a private room. He turned the key in the lock. The manager led him to a private room and he locked the door. "We are safe from interruption here," he said. "Sit down." So the manager said, "Now we are safe." And he told him to sit there. We both sat down and looked at each other. I found no voice to speak. So both of them sat down there and looked at each other, but Stephen could not speak a word. "You are a detective, I suppose," he said. Manager said, "You are a detective." Manager doubted that Stephen Leacock is a detective, as the manager thought Stephen Leacock had a terrible secret to reveal. That's why he doubtfully said he is a detective. "I am not a detective at all. I have come to open an account. I intend to keep all my money in this bank." So, how did Stephen respond to him? He is not a detective at all and he has come to open an account. He informed him that he is not a detective. And why did he come to the bank? For what purpose? To open an account. And he aimed to or intend to keep all the money in that bank. The manager looked relieved but still serious. He concluded now that I was a millionaire. When the manager came to know that Stephen was not a detective, he looked relieved but still serious, and he concluded that Stephen was a millionaire, as he had to keep all his money in that bank. "A large account, I suppose," he said. So manager said, "Oh, a large account." "Fairly large," I whispered. Stephen, very in low voice, he said, "Fairly large. I propose to deposit $56 now and $50 a month regularly." So how much money did he decide to deposit there? Deposit $56 now and $50 a month regularly. After heard this, the manager trying to suppress a laugh, as he thought Stephen was a millionaire, but Stephen had only $56 to deposit and $50 a month regularly. Manager got up and opened the door and he called to the accountant, "Mr. Montgomery." He said unkindly loud, "This gentleman is opening an account. He will deposit $56. Good morning." I rose. The manager showed me the way to the accountant. I went up to the accountant's counter and pushed the money at him with a sudden quick movement, as if I were doing a conjuring trick. Conjuring trick means clever trick. So manager showed him the way to the accountant and Stephen went up to the accountant's counter and he pushed the money, how much? $56 at him with a sudden quick movement as if means like he were doing a conjuring trick, a clever trick. My face was pale as death because he was nervous. Here, I said, deposit it. And the tone of the words seemed to mean, and he continued, he added, let us do this painful thing. What was that painful thing? Depositing money. He took the money and gave it to another clerk. He made me write the sum on a piece of paper and sign my name in a book. I no longer knew what I was doing. The bank was going round and round before my eyes. So, when he gave money to deposit, he was asked to write the sum, the amount on a piece of paper and sign his name in that book. But he did not know where should write the amount and where should sign. And the bank was going round and round before my eyes. Is it deposited? I asked nervously. It is, said the accountant. Then I want to draw a check. I want to get back some money. So as soon as he deposited the money, he wanted to get back some money, that is, withdraw some money. My idea was to draw out $6 of it for present use. So he deposited $56 and he had, what was his idea? To withdraw $6 from it for his present use. Someone gave me a checkbook through a little window and someone else began telling me how to write it out. The people in the bank thought that I was a millionaire who had something wrong with him. I wrote something on the check and thrust it in at the clerk. He looked at it. What? Are you drawing it all out again? He asked in surprise. Then I realized that I had written 56 instead of 6, the entire money I deposited. Children, what mistake did he commit while writing check? Instead of writing $6, he wrote 56, that the entire money he deposited. I felt that I was doing something unreasonable. All the clerks had stopped writing to look at me. When the accountant shouted in surprise, everyone looked at him. Yes, the whole thing. You withdraw all your money from the bank? Again the accountant cleared his doubt. Yes, every cent of it. Are you not going to deposit any more? Asked the clerk, astonished, in a surprised manner. The clerk asked him, are you not going to deposit any more? Never, Stephen replied, never. I had no explanation for my foolish behavior. Since I had nothing to do, I acted like a man with a fearfully quick temper. Actually, due to his nervousness, he did a foolish thing there. Since he had nothing to do and no explanation for his foolish behavior, he just acted like a man with a quick temper. The clerk gave the money to me and I rushed out. As the big door swung behind me, I could hear the echo of a roar of laughter that went up to the ceiling of the bank. Since then, I bank no more. I keep my money in cash in my trousers pocket and my savings in silver dollars in a sock. Children, finally, when he received the money from the clerk and rushed out from the bank, he could hear the echo of a roar of laughter. Everyone laughed at him of his foolish behavior. Since then, he never used bank. He kept his money in cash in his trousers pocket and his savings in silver dollars in his sock. Children, humor is even present in very serious situations. It is a real example for that.